Let's face it, one of the biggest problems with carrying camera gear in backpacks is that much of the stress is on your body, especially if you don't have the best sternum straps or hip supports that you need. Over time, the gear weighs too much and accumulates too much and becomes too much to replace if it breaks. And a camera bag can only do so much. So here's my solution to all this. A hard case on wheels. The question is, will you be able to fit everything you need, and how much gear can you actually pack in something like this and something like this? Later on in the video, I'm gonna share with you what I pack in these cases and help you decide if your next bag is actually a bag for your camera gear, or perhaps it's a case. And if at the end you decide that you want a case, I'm gonna help you decide which of these is actually best for you so that you can save your gear and your money. When I first started my photo and video journey, I started with a Nikon D7000, a kit lens, and a 35mm lens, and I packed it all into a small, low pro camera bag. It had the dividers and cushioned my gear pretty decently. But as I started to build up my camera kit with all the bodies and lenses and all the accessories, that small bag wasn't gonna be able to cut it anymore. So I bought into the nice $300 everyday bags, like the 20-liter and 30-liter bags, as well as the $400 40-liter travel bags. After a while, the experience of carrying heavy camera gear on my back got tiresome real quick. So I knew that some things just had to change. So in order to save the stress on my back, I needed something with wheels on my bags. Just not these roller bags, because they're too small. I need something bigger and even taller. So before us, we have 3 different hard cases. These 2 are carry-on friendly cases by Pelican, and this one is by Nanook. Then we have this taller one by Manfrotto, which was sent courtesy of them. Thank you very much. This video is not sponsored though. So what kind of space are we packing with? Well, Pelican 1535 over here has about 26.9 liters of space, and the Nanook, which is a similar kind of build here, is 28.5 liters. I haven't really noticed much of a difference between these 2 in real world usage, but either way, both of these cases are ideal for air travel as they fit in the overhead bin and again provides the wheels for easy transport throughout the airport terminal. When it comes to packing your gear, do consider your airline specific requirements and restrictions when it comes to the weight. The Pelican 1535, it weighs 8.7 pounds or 3.9 kilos. And the Nanook 935 weighs 11.6 pounds or 5.3 kilos. Note that we haven't even added any of our camera gear. But usually I haven't been asked to weigh my carry-on bags for any domestic flights or even international. But even if you're not doing any air travel, all these cases fit great in your car's trunk, and I drive a sedan. Unlike these 2 cases though, the Manfrotto has a much bigger capacity at 79 liters of space and weighs 17 pounds or 7.7 kilos. This is definitely the kind of case that you check in for your air travel. It can definitely handle all the tumbling and bumping that happens during the baggage loading and unloading process, or maybe if it gets thrown in a loop when it's in the airplane. I don't know. This case is going to be more suitable for large video tripods, light stands, sliders, and other larger gear, which I'll show you later. So yeah, they got the space, they got the weight, but these are not just for show. They are actually tough against the elements as well. Each of these are great for being drop and shock resistant, even though they're made out of plastic. And they're all IP67 rated, which pretty much means they're waterproof and dustproof. You'll notice that each of them all have valves in terms of regulating the pressure between them, so that's cool. And then for personal security, they all have padlock holes. 2 in both the Pelican 1535 and the Nanook 935, whereas the Manfrotto has about like 8 spots where you can throw padlocks on. The Pelican and Nanook case come with 2 carrying handles and 2 latches. 1 carrying handle on the side and 1 carrying handle on the top. The Manfrotto one comes with 3 carrying handles and 5 latches. If it matters to you, the Manfrotto and Nanook latches have a dual action latch that involves hooking onto the case and then locking it or unlocking it. The Pelican case is just a single snapping lock, which I found to be pretty loud when you use in a church environment, opening and closing the case often. And they'll know it's you because you got an ID tag on the case. The only one of these cases that don't come with an ID tag spot is the Nanic 35. But I mean, if anything, maybe you stick it on your padlock or just put on a sticker, whatever it may be. My favorite feature of all these cases though is the wheels and the sturdy pull-out handles for your rolling bag. Although these cases don't have 4 wheels and roll in every direction like your modern day travel case, the wheels hold up, the handles hold up, and they don't break down as easily as modern day suitcases. In order to unlock the top handle for rolling your case, the Pelican and Manfrotto case involve pushing out a lock before you release the handle, while the Nanic case has a push activated release button. No matter which one of these you buy, you'll get used to it, and it's pretty seamless once you figure out how to do it. But for the most part, I like the Nanic case with the single press button on the handle. If you're looking to add more attachments on the outside of your hard case, of all these cases, only the Manfrotto will be able to serve you in this case. This one allows you to attach straps for a tripod bag, some kind of harness system to turn your hard case into a backpack, and also a laptop sleeve for a more protected carry. I was not provided with any of those extra attachments, but hey, I appreciate the literal thinking outside the box. Although these two cases aren't meant to hold laptops, I found that in the Nanic case, when you open it up and look at the lid organizer, in the back of the lid organizer, you can actually slip in a MacBook Pro 14-inch laptop or a iPad 11 Air 11-inch version. Well, it only comes in 11-inch, but yeah, you could do that too. Unfortunately, there's not enough room for both at the same time, but if you consider looking at the 2 other cases that don't have any accommodations for laptops, just looking at them by themselves, that's actually pretty sleek. If you have a bigger laptop than 14 inches, I would think that it fits in the Nanic 935, maybe even up to 16-inch, but again, that's at your own risk and it's not advertised for that. I'm just being cheeky and just trying to sneak in my laptop with whatever space that I got, because normally I take a separate backpack just to carry my laptop. One of the main reasons why I couldn't ditch my backpack at all was because, of course, you need it, and I need a separate bag for that. But now that I can slip it into this Nanic case, I can be free of the backpack. One more step in the right direction. Other than a laptop though, what are the biggest items that I could put in each of these cases? Well, I no longer use long telephoto zoom lenses, but you could definitely fit your 70 to 200 lenses and even a 100 to 400 millimeter lens in the Pelican case or the Nanic case. If you're a gimbal user, you can definitely pack it in here in some kind of soft case, or you could put it in here in the Nanic 35, again using that lid organizer space, so that it's pretty neat. When it comes to the pocket layout on the bottom half of these cases, the Nanic 935 and the Pelican 1535 are pretty similar. I wouldn't be able to decide between these two if it only came to looking at those compartments. Although Pelican doesn't make a lid organizer for their 1535 case, I was able to find one on Amazon that has 5 zippable compartments. These I found to be handy until I was looking for dark colored accessories, whether they were cables, plates, or screws, against the black organizer. But I prefer to have the organizer rather than to just have another piece of foam. The attachable organizer for the Pelican is flush, and you have these separate mesh pockets which are pretty big and helpful in visualizing and finding your extra gear. I place filters, cables, hard drives, camera straps, camera plates, and all that stuff. For the Nanic case, we can see that we have separate zippered cable bags which are completely see-through. And of course, it's going to make things easier to find and easier to open for quick access. The Manfrotto case is just one big compartment space that just fits all your sticks, stands, and all that good stuff. In terms of the support for these cases, they all come with limited lifetime warranty for the cases themselves should anything happen to them. I've never had to file any warranty claims for any of these cases, as they've been working well in the past couple of years that I've owned them, except for this new Manfrotto case that I just got. But what's it like to actually use these cases? Well, the Pelican 1535 was the first hard case that I bought and I used for my church's seminars or even to pack my camera gear for a wedding or two. I packed cameras, lenses, batteries, cables, hard drives, chargers, and all that stuff. I've since donated this one to the church and moved to the Nanic case. The Nanic 935 can without a doubt carry just as much as this Pelican case. And since switching to the Nanic case, the lid organizer allows much more room for me to, again, put my laptop and tablet. That is just so invaluable to me that I can, again, leave my backpack at home and that's already a big reason for ditching this. And a backpack. This Nanic 935 can without a doubt carry the same thing that this Pelican case can. But not only do I get rid of this one, but I can also get rid of a backpack, which is only good for carrying my laptop and laptop accessories. And if I can just do 2-in-1 with one case, why not? In regards to the lid organizer, I do find that the pockets to be small, but it's not that bad considering that I'm just gonna put camera batteries and cables here. In the main compartment, we're usually rocking the Sony FX30 with the Sigma 18-35mm, the Viltrox 75mm f1.2, the Sony a7 IV, and the Tamron 28-75mm f2.8. Then for audio, we got the DJI Mic 2s and the Comica VM30. But what this case will never fit is my travel tripod or any travel stands that I have for the way that I pack. So let's talk about how I fit all of that and more in the Manfrotto case. Prior to getting this hard case, I was using the newer light stand case. And it was big, it was roomy, it was tall. Plus, it had wheels. Although it was handy for me to be able to wheel all my tall stands around, it was still rather too tall for me to carry up and down the stairs without having much of a struggle. Whether I'm going up in my apartment complex or going up and down in the church basement. It's just no fun. I'm 6 foot tall and I had trouble transporting my stands this way, so when Manfrotto sent this over, I challenged myself to find the best compact light stand for this case and still be able to fit my tripods. And I've got good news about what I was able to fit in here. Since there's no foam inserts or any padding in here, we can just throw in our sticks and fit plenty of stuff. Right away, I knew that it fits my iFootage tripod, probably the sturdiest tripod that I own for a good price. As a secondary tripod, we have the Coleman travel tripod. Then for stands, instead of using my 9-foot newer light stands that I also love, they're air cushioned. So when you loosen that thing up, it just slides nice and easy without having to worry about clamping or clipping my fingertips, which, yeah, ouch. If I really wanted to fit one of those light stands, I'd have to do it diagonally, which again would compromise the maximum space I could pack with. So as an alternative, I found these 8-foot carbon fiber light stands from Newer that take up less room, but still be able to be packed down to the smallest size and fits nice and easy in this case. Ulanzi does make a similar tripod to these, but they are much thinner if I remember correctly. The ones by Newer are just more sturdier, and I would trust even putting a 35-inch softbox on them as compared to the Ulanzi version. If you look at the case, we still have plenty of room, so I threw in there a 5-pound sandbag, the YC Onion 70cm slider, and 2 extra 7-foot light stands that I had around the studio. Unfortunately, I can't fit my bigger light modifiers like my Newer lantern or my Aperture Light Dome 3 softbox, but those are light and they're easy to carry, so no biggie about trying to fit them in here. Now, if you're wondering about how much these cases will cost you, it does vary because of how each of them come with different configurations. The Pelican 1535 costs $389.95 US, and then it's going to be another $40 if you want the lid organizer that I got from Amazon. Otherwise, here are the other configurations and costs that you can get with it, whether it's empty or the pick and pluck foam, or perhaps the hybrid foam and the Trek pack insert, which is very nice. If you're looking for something similar but want to stay in the Pelican family, they also make the V525 Volt rolling case that starts at $149. These cases though are more focused for firearms and firearms accessories, but still maintain a level of crush proof, dust proof, and weather resistance. The Nanic 935 here costs $405 and some change US, and this version comes with the foam dividers and lid organizer. And here are the other configurations that they come with. They got the empty version, the foam insert version, divider insert version, the foam insert version, and lid organizer. The Manfrotto Pro Light Reloader Tough 835, it's got a long name. Anyway, this case costs $349.95 US and only has an empty configuration with no foam inserts or dividers. If you're lucky though, you could find it at a good price for $199 US, which is already less than both the Pelican and the Nanic case empty. However, if you'd like to buy the accessories for the Manfrotto case, here are those items and prices. There's the harness system that allows you to turn this case into a backpack, the tripod bag, the laptop bag. There are other brands out there that make hard cases that are much more affordable than these. I just so happen to stick to these because they got wheels and they have padded dividers that can fit my gear the way that I need them to. Whether or not you end up getting any of these cases is up to you, but if you're traveling with camera gear, you at least want one suitcase carry-on for your camera gear. And then for your lights, tripods, and other stands, yeah, you can go with a hard case like this or try the light stand bag that I was using before. So before you buy your next cool camera bag, try one of these cases at like your local camera store or wherever it may be. And if you end up getting any of these, your back will thank me, you'll have less clutter to worry about, and you'll worry less about keeping your camera gear safe from the elements. Just don't check in your cameras and lenses on a plane, and keep your camera bodies and lenses as a carry-on. Trust me. If you want to see what I packed for a wedding shoot using one of these cases, go ahead and check out this video over here. Until next time, go out there and shoot for the life that matters. See ya.